Let's give Danziger Productions another round of applause. Good morning and welcome to Hands on Atlanta's 17th Annual MLK Service Summit. I'm so glad you're here today. Today's theme is a teachable moment. And what we're going to talk about is how to inspire and develop servant leaders. And it's so exciting to see so many young people in the audience. Thank you so much for coming out. At this time, I'd like to introduce to you some of our sponsors for the Freedom Rally. Our presenting sponsor is Delta Airlines. And if someone is here from that company, please stand up. Home Depot is our official tune sponsor. And WSB TV. And now I'd like to introduce to you a few of our special guests that are here. Michelle Nunn. Michelle, would you please stand? CEO and Portland Light, Hands On Network President, and also the first Executive Director for Hands On Atlanta. And I'd also like to recognize Tracy Hoover, who is also a Hands On Atlanta Executive Director. We couldn't do all year is without the sponsorship of our national organization, the National Corporation for Service. John Turner is our Executive Director of the Georgia Commission and is supposed to be here today. I don't know if he's here yet, but if you are, John, please stand up. And Cheatham Delano, who is Chief Information Officer for the Morehouse Medical School, Cheatham, and is also our board member. And his chief of staff, we have been able to have this wonderful facility, and I want to thank Morehouse Medical School for their support. Juliet Blackburn Beeman of Atlanta is a descendant. Juliet, are you here? John Wesley Dobbs' family, and she is one of our also civil rights family leaders of people. We welcome her. She's also director of the Dobbs Foundation and the Arts and Humanities and Education at Clark Atlanta. Today's event, again, we could not have today's event without some of our sponsors like the King Center, the Morehouse School of Medicine, Coca-Cola, and GE Energy, Target, Austin and Bird, and Kaiser Permanente, Macy's, and Georgia Natural Gas. It's my pleasure and delight now to welcome you for a few words of introduction is Dr. Sandra Harris Hooker, an interim dean at the Medical School of Morehouse.
Good morning. On March 25, 1966, at the National Convention of the Medical Committee for Human Rights in Chicago, Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. said, and I quote, "Of all the forms of inequality, injustice in health care is the most shocking and inhumane," unquote. In 1975, less than 10 years later, here in Atlanta, leaders in the African American community founded a new medical school to address health disparities suffered by those who are underserved. Originally known as the School of Medicine at Morehouse College, and first housed in a multi-level training. The school offered a 2-year program in basic medical sciences. In 1978, Dr. Lewis W. Sullivan was appointed as Dean and founding Director of the medical school. In '89, just as Dr. Sullivan became the nation's 5th Secretary of Health and Human Services, a small group of friends recognized that there were a number of critical needs being unfulfilled in the community. And with many potential volunteers willing to help, this group became Hands On Atlanta. I am Sandra Harris, Super Vice President and Senior Associate Dean for Research Affairs and Interim Academic Dean. And on behalf of Dr. John Moffitt and our entire faculty, staff, and student body, I have the honor of welcoming you to Morehouse School of Medicine. That trailer 2-year program that is now a full 4-year medical school program, granting the MD degree, the PhD in biomedical sciences, a Master of Public Health, a Master of Science in Clinical Research, a Master of Science in Biomedical Research, and a Master of Science in Biomedical Technology. Likewise today, Hands On Atlanta has grown to help staff programs that include disability services, family and women's services, and health and wellness. As our elected leaders debate health care reform in Washington, We at the Morehouse School of Medicine believe strongly in what Dr. King said back in 1966. We believe that the health of a society is truly measured by the quality of its concern and care for the health of its members, and whether the richest nation on earth will continue to allow millions of poor people to exist without adequate health care. But whatever structure health care reform takes, Morehouse School of Medicine will continue to serve our communities and combat all forms of health disparities and inequalities that still exist. Dr. King would expect no less of us. Once again, welcome to the Morehouse School of Medicine.